Hey everyone, we'll go ahead and get started here in just a minute. Just want to give a few more moments for people who are still joining. All right, let's go ahead and kick things off. Hi everyone, and welcome to our July Client Success Session. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Paige Stanley, and I'm the brand ambassador here at ClickBid, and I'm going to be moderating today's session. This month, we're doing something a little different. Instead of deep diving on a specific tool or topic, we're going to take a step back and walk through all of our biggest updates and releases that ClickBid has made in the first half of 2026. Whether you've ever come across some of these features or you're just hearing about them today for the first time, this session is just designed to make you more aware about some of the features that are available to you and how to start putting them into work for your organization. As we go, feel free to drop some questions into the chat at any time. Erin is with us today and will be help answering some of those questions throughout the session. A quick look at what we're going to cover today. We'll start with a quick intro, go over a few product updates, then we're going to spend most of our time walking through all the major releases from the first half of 2026 with Jasmine. So then we'll wrap up with some questions at the end. I'm joined here today with Jasmine Deering, who is one of our account managers and will be leading our training walkthrough today. Jasmine works closely with clients day to day, so she really has great perspective on how some of these new features can actually make a difference for your events and your team. And again, Erin's in the chat helping answer some questions as they come in. Before we jump into everything that's already live, I want to take a quick moment to share what's coming on our future product roadmap. So you can have a sense of what you're going to be looking forward to. First up, the Butler V3 with Tap to Pay is coming out and is currently being built, tested, and actively refined. With the target launch of July 20th, just 1 week from this last Monday. This is going to bring tap to pay to your events along with optional M2 card readers and a more secure payment flow where your data goes directly to Stripe and never actually through your device. Coming after that, around August 20th, we'll have a ticket page revamp in the works. This will bring more customization options and more mobile-friendly experience to your ticket pages. And that one is fully planned and being actively developed. Further out, there is just so much more to come, and we're looking forward to sharing those things with you as they get closer. A lot of what we build is shaped by your guys' feedback, so we always appreciate you sharing your ideas and suggestions with us. All right, so we're gonna get into the main part of today. So Jasmine is gonna walk us through all of the major feature releases from the platform that we released over the last 6 months. So there's gonna be a lot of great stuff here. We'll move through each one, get a solid overview of how it works, and maybe if it works for your organization. Here's a quick look at everything we're gonna be walking through today. This session is definitely a chance for you to catch up on everything new at ClickBid from the first half of 2026, from brand new features to platform upgrades. Jasmine's going to walk you through how it can work. We'll be covering things from table seating chart, landing page butler enhancements, quick entry for quantity-based items, ticket invoice customization. We have some item packaging and instant payouts, and also stuff like peer-to-peer enhancements and integration upgrades. So whether you've already explored them or you're looking forward to checking them out, we're hoping to help you get the most of your ClickBid platform. So I'll go ahead and pass it to Jasmine here and hand things over for her to get started in her presentation.
Thanks, Paige. Hi everyone, thanks for joining. I'm Jasmine here on the ClickBid account management team, and I'm just going to walk you through all of these different features Paige just mentioned. We do have, Paige, if you want to share that slide for instant payout.
Yep, so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. 1 second, technical difficulties here. All right, and all right, get it right here. Sorry about that, Jasmine. Go ahead now.
Oh, you're good. Thank you so much. So our first update we have today is going to be our instant payouts. This is optional and is for our US-based organizations only. This is really great if you're needing funds quicker than our normal or standard payouts on Wednesdays. With your instant payouts, your available balance can be deposited into your bank account within 30 minutes. You'll see a button on the merchant account page that will be clickable once you select the transactions that you'd like to be paid out for. And then if you want to go to the next slide for me. On this page, you will see a breakdown of what the payout is going to entail. It is going to require the user to enter in their account password for confirmation. A few things to keep in mind with this feature is it is totally optional. It's not something you have to use. You will still receive your standard weekly payouts on Wednesdays at no additional cost. Instant Payouts is available 24/7. However, there is a $10,000 daily payout limit across all of your active events. Lastly, there is an additional 1% fee on top of our normal 3.5% processing fee. Then we can jump over to our integration slide. Thank you. This is an area that we've received a lot of feedback on. So our development team went ahead and they did redesign how event data transfers into your CRM just to help with a more seamless experience. On this page, you'll see the option to auto sync, and you'll also be able to set up custom objects and map to custom fields. These enhancements are currently set up with our Virtuous, Neon, Razor's Edge, and Salesforce integrations. If you are wanting more information about how this works and get more material on that, go ahead and reach out to your account manager and we'll get you connected with our integration specialist as needed. I am going to go ahead and start sharing my screen for the demo purpose portion. Let's see here. Hopefully everyone can see this okay. We have some peer-to-peer improvements. These updates help our creators share their campaigns easily while giving your organization more ways to showcase progress. I have a peer-to-peer fundraising page set up here for an example. You'll be able to showcase total funds raised, as well as funds raised per campaign. And lower down, we have our progress circles to help make fundraising goals just look more appealing and gives you the ability to customize your look for branding purposes. Lower down on this screen, you'll also notice an image gallery scroll area that helps highlight images from all of your different campaigns. We've also added the option to customize your campaign emails. So that is going to be found here under your software settings, auction settings, and peer-to-peer settings. When a creator submits a campaign, this email will go out, and then once you're ready to begin your fundraising, you'll just need to adjust your item statuses from invisible to active on your Manage Items page. At that point, you do have a secondary email that can be customized to go out to the campaign creator, and it does always contain a direct link and a QR code to go to their specific campaign. Next up, we have implemented crypto to expand payment flexibility for your donors. This is also for our US-based organizations only and can be found under your software settings, auction settings, payment. You'll see that the feature is turned off by default, but to allow, all you have to do is select yes from the dropdown. For more information, go ahead and reach out to your account manager for that. Now onto our table assignments. Not every single one of our events hosted in ClickBid uses traditional tables. For example, some people do like to use golf carts or stadium seating, maybe VIP sections. You are able to customize the assignment message now. So that is done here under your Butler settings. Instead of our default message reading, "You are seated at table blank," you could display custom messaging along the lines of "You are assigned to golf cart blank" or "You are in seat blank." The name or number that populates in that message for your bidders is based off of what is entered on the Manage Bidders page in that table column. This small change really helps make a big difference with events with unique event seating. Going off of our table assignments, we've also come out with our new seating chart that is available with our full suite license. Going over to event tickets, table seating, you'll see that you're able to upload a custom seating chart or create a layout of your own. This particular event is set up for a golf outing, so we do have a lineup of golf carts. Clicking into each one, you are able to come up with the table name as well as the max capacity per table or cart, whatever. And you can search for names to add to the specific assignment. You can also click and drag on the right-hand side here and bring them into a cart or table. You're also able to view seating statistics by clicking on this drop-down up here and download a printable PDF that gives you a breakdown of where everyone is seated. Moving on, we do have our ticket invoicing upgrades. If your organization likes to send out personalized invoices, this is going to be super helpful for you. Over under event tickets, ticket page settings, and then payment types, you'll just want to make sure you have the send invoice selected or drop down to yes. And then lower down on this page, we have customizable content. And here under invoice email message and invoice additional information is where you can make those edits. The PDF does automatically include a link to click on to allow payment by credit card. Once paid, that does update in the system for you on the view ticket sales page. Jumping over to the ticket page, you'll be able to see that send me an invoice option if enabled in those ticket page settings. And then back in the admin under event tickets, view ticket sales, you'll see a few example sales listed here. Clicking on the three dots, you are able to resend invoices. You can also batch resend invoices in bulk by selecting the checkbox over here for as many sales as needed, and then using our batch update section down here. Let's see. You are also able to switch your check or cash payments into an invoice option as well by clicking on the three dots for that specific sale and switching here. Next up, we do have some landing page builder updates. Let's navigate over to software settings, landing page builder. This page has received a more recent facelift to allow for a cleaner look. You're able to make edits by clicking on the appropriate drop down. And then going down to content blocks, you can adjust current content blocks by clicking on the settings wheel here to go into that specific block of information. You can also get a feel for what is showing or hiding on your page by looking for this eye icon. Then over here on the right, you're able to see that as well. So black hidden just means it's not available for public view. To really see what your bidders or your donors are going to see on your page, you can launch the live page by clicking on this icon. You can also get an idea for what your landing page is going to look like on multiple devices by switching through these tabs up at the top. One thing to make sure you do before leaving your page, going back to the admin, is to always click save just to make sure you're not losing any of those edits. Let's go back. Switching gears, I'm going to take you over to the Butler to go over our quick entry for our quantity items. This is really great for anyone that sells a lot of raffles, games, or wine pools at your event. This feature should help speed things up quite a bit for you. In the past, you did have to enter in the bidder name, the item name, and then the amount for purchase in this field here, and did one person at a time. Now with this quick entry option, you are able to see all of the different quantity items that have been created on your Manage Items page. So, and you can also select to show just one of your quantity items. So if you have an event that has multiple raffle attendants around the room, maybe they're selling one specific item, this is a really great option. Here in this bidder field, you can type in the number or their name and select it from the drop-down, hit save, and then in the show field right here, you can see everyone that's purchased. You can also mark individuals as paid by cash immediately by selecting this icon right here. Back to the main page, you can also sell these individually still by using the Add a Bid multi-sale section like normal, as well as up here at the top, search for that name or number. And then in the Select an Action dropdown, we're going to go over to Quick Buy. You'll see all of the different quantity items listed. You can also select to show one item at a time by searching in this field up top. So I want to say show one. When I hit continue, it is going to bring me to the bidder's checkout page to allow you to mark them as paid another way. And then once you do that, they are emailed that automatic receipt. Back on the main page, you'll also be able to see your last bidder. This just helps to avoid any accidental duplicate charges. Next up is our item packaging. Let's go over to items, manage items. Instead of creating packaged items outside of ClickBid, everything can now be built directly on the manage items page. One thing to note is that this feature does only apply to silent item types. So I have that filtered over here on the right-hand side. Using items 109 and 106, just select the items you want packaged together. This button will allow you to click on it. And then on the next page, let's see here, you'll be able to see those two items that you are packaging together. It will have a combined fair market value if you have that entered in on your items here. Your starting bid and your bid increments do default to $0 though if you are not using our pricing default tool. With your package title and description, we do use Auction GPT to generate ideas for you. Then you can always edit to your liking after. Scrolling down, you can have up to 10 images. If you had more than 10 images showing between the two items, you can come through here and select which ones will be showing for that specific package. If you're ever concerned about what's going to happen before you save, you can click on this button down here and it walks you through the steps. But to save the package, just click on this finish button. And you're able to identify what has been packaged together by clicking on this orange plus button. And if you decide, hey, I don't want these items packaged together anymore, just click on the unlink option and then update. It is going to take you back into the item and highlight the item you want to delete or remove from the package in red. And because I only have two items packaged together and a package requires two items, when I click finish, it is going to say that it's going to delete the package. No worries on this though, it's not going to actually remove your items, but it does separate that package for you and it moves their numbers into the 9,000 number range. Final feature I want to go over today with you guys is under reports, post-event data. This report brings together different analytics and helps keep everything organized in one location. The different tabs at the top will make it much easier to view information for your event. You're able to view bidding trends, revenue information, guest participation, and more. And this does all work in real time. Each of these tabs do also allow you to download a CSV if needed by clicking on the three dots in the upper right hand corner of each card. That's everything I have for you guys today. So if you have any questions and haven't put them in the chat yet, let me know and I'll do my best to get those answered for you.
All right, Jasmine. I do have, looks like maybe one question.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
Alexandra asks, if you already have some descriptions written when you package items, does the new package show the previous descriptions back to back or delete them?
You know, that's actually a really good question. I'm not sure that I've tested it yet. We'll have to get back to you. I'm so sorry.
I think when you turn off the AI chat, it shows both descriptions, but yeah, unpackaging them, I'm not sure.
Thanks, Aaron.
I have another question from Bonita. Is the post-event data available to see for past events?
Yes, it is. You should be able to navigate to that within that specific event.
Thank you.
Perfect. Was Aaron, did you it looked like there was a couple from the beginning if you wanted to go over any of those?
Yeah, so at the beginning, Dan asked, can the send invoice be hidden so it's only available to use in RSVP ticket?
Yep, absolutely. So it's definitely not something you have to show on your ticket page to allow your public to choose or make that selection. You can just keep it to credit card only, just check, just cash, whatever you would prefer.
Thank you. Stephanie just asked, hello, is there an update plan for duplicating tickets? I'm looking to duplicate a ticket in the modified tickets page and adjust slightly.
Actually, I believe so. Yes, it is. I will have to double check. We did just talk with our um, development of product, our developer of product today, and she did mention being able to customize or to duplicate those tickets for you. So not quite yet, but maybe coming soon.
Okay. I have one question from Lisa. Seating question. We've uploaded our layout. It's simple for viewing. You can't add to the pick. You still have to add tables to the site based on numbers. My question is, we have our guest list, who they want to seat with. However, we have to put that in notes. Is there a better way to capture that information so we aren't having to copy and move the information to seating? This probably doesn't make sense. It's more of a visual piece. I think she's asking if you can show who they want to sit with on this table seating page.
I don't think that's an option we have implemented at the moment.
It would be a great feature though.
Yes, I agree. That's for sure something that we can speak with the rest of the team about implementing to be able to show just under the guest name on that table seating page.
Yes, I agree. Okay, and then at the beginning, Brady asked, can you switch invoices back if needed, or is it permanent change? I did ask the team, and it sounded like we couldn't change them back, but Jasmine, do you know anything? It was suggested that we just mark it as paid.
I think, yeah, it's typically just suggested to mark it as paid. If, for example, someone wants to send a check instead, we typically just recommend marking it as paid. And then maybe to the notes section, you could add that they sent in a check versus paying through that payment link.
Dana asked, can you show table seating again? It looked like it could show table name, not just number. That is correct.
Yep, that is correct. I can share my screen again.
Yeah.
It does allow you to see once it loads. Under table seating, when you click into a specific area, you can change that here. So numbers, names, whatever you want to use.
Thank you, Jasmine.
Yeah.
All really great questions. Anybody else?
Yeah, don't be shy. We got another minute here, so if you don't have any questions, but
All right, looks like Abigail submitted one. I have a question about sponsorship packages when creating a sponsorship that includes event tickets. Is there a way to designate some of the included tickets as VIP and the remaining tickets as general admission? For example, if a sponsorship includes 10 tickets, could I assign 2 as VIP and the other 8 as general admission with the same sponsorship package? I think the answer is no.
Yeah, I feel like the answer would be no. You could maybe have like even custom questions, I don't know would be the best option for that. To indicate maybe for your records, you could use the notes column on the managed guest page, but typically with like VIP and then like general admission, you'd probably want to sell those separately.
Okay. Marabella asked, is there an option for an add-on to a ticket? For example, a $100 ticket, and they could add on $50 for VIP. The first ticket would be required.
Um, yes and no. You would have to create that add-on as like a separate ticket for them to choose from. And with that, if you want the additional $50, you could set it up as like an individual ticket without assigning a guest record, so it wouldn't create two guests for that specific sale.
all right, it looks like we got to just about all of them, and then we just had one asking if you can use both names and numbers, and yes, you can do a mix of those. So yeah, well, what was that, Erin? Okay. I was going to say thank you so much for joining us all today, you guys. Really appreciate your time, taking time to be here. You'll receive an email shortly with a recording of today's session so you can revisit anything we cover and share with your team. It's also available on our training hub. Your feedback really matters to us, so anything you want to share with your account manager would be awesome. But yeah, thanks again, everyone, for joining, and we hope you guys have a great rest of your day and look forward to seeing you next month, hopefully. Thank you. Bye-bye.